Hi, good day everybody. Today we're looking at solving quadratics using the quadratic formula. So here we have our first question solving the following quadratic. It says given a negative 5x squared plus 10x plus 3 equals 0. We compare to ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we notice that the coefficient of x squared is negative 5, so that's a. The coefficient of x, which is 10, will be b, and then c will be 3 since that is the constant. So using the quadratic formula, we say that x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Which equals, after we substitute, x equals negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 times 5 times 3 all over 2 times negative 5. So since that was our last step, x equals negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 3 all over 2 times negative 5. We see that x then is equal to negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 10 squared is 100. Negative 4 times negative 5 is a positive 20, which I'll times by 3 on the next step, all over 2 times negative 5, which is a negative 10. Since a positive times a negative is a negative. So then x equals negative 10 plus or minus the square root of, well, 20 times 3 is 60 plus 100 is 160 all over negative 10. So x is equal to negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 160 is 12.6 using our three-figure table all over negative 10. Now this plus or minus means that we're going to have two possible solutions. So we're going to split it up. So x equals negative 10 plus 12.6 all over negative 10, or x equals negative 10 minus 12.6 over negative 10. So x equals, well, 12.6 minus 10 is 2.6, which will be divided by a negative 10, or x equals negative 22.6 because negative 10 minus 12.6 is negative 22.6 all over negative 10. So x is equal to a positive divided by a negative is a negative. Dividing by 10 means only moving the decimal point one place forward. So that's going to be 0.26. So x equals negative 0.26 is our first possible answer. Or x equals a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Again, dividing by 10 just means moving one decimal place forward. So that's going to be 2.26. Hence, then, x is equal to negative 0.26 or x is equal to 2.26. Note very keenly that in problems of this nature, as a quadratic, not always both answers will be right. The conditions will determine if the quadratic has two answers that are valid, one answer that is valid, or no answer that is valid. It depends on the condition of the question itself. Since this one only told us to solve for x, then both answers are valid. So brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. All right. Hope you subscribe.